Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to American Defender. Today we have I gotta look at the name of it. If I screw this name up, I'm saying a racial slur. The Garaysar Fear-103 Sega clone. This is the first ever 100-round test on this gun. We got our federal 100-round bulk pack. We're just going to run it. I did check my gas system. We are on low. So we'll talk more about this here in a minute. Let's just run it. Use the Sega mags. All right. Make sure it fed that round here. Here we go. Mag ferry is in place. Okay, we fed that round. We hand eject just fine. And we are ready to roll. So, let's do it. Here we go. Got a milk jug out here. Not a lot for targets. We're not caring about accuracy today. We just want to see if it runs. Here we go. Jamola. Go. Jamola. The rounds aren't feeding. If you guys could see that. They're not feeding right into the chamber. And this round got chewed up. Something fierce. All right. So we'll shoot that one later. We'll leave that for the last round. It is a brand new gun. So again, and it's Turkish made. So here we go. There we go. Cycled those last two, okay. There we go with mag ferry. So that was the first mag ever fired out of this gun. Whoop. Like my stepdad told me, never take anything new into the field. Okay. We're going to have to count our rounds with this one. There is no lockback feature. Oh, it didn't go into battery all the way there. Here, hold that for me a second. Getting a little bit of a rough start here. Garaysar. Okay. This a 5-rounder?
4.
4? Okay.
You got one on the ground.
Okay.
So there's four in there now.
Hands are cold today, guys. It's very cold out here. In the Arizona desert. Very early morning.
41.
Sun hasn't even come up yet. You know, I'm not going to aim. I'm just going to hold and fire. Let's just do it that way.
That's it.
Okay. Because we're just trying to cycle today. That's all we're doing. We want to see if it runs, how many malfunctions, that kind of stuff.
Slower.
What?
Slower.
Slow. Shooting a little fast for you?
Yes.
Okay, here. How's this? Whoop, got jam there. Gotta hold it or it'll jam up. So we have 3 mags again. Here are the magazines. Right there, Sega mags. Okay. Well, there's 5 rounds. That was a failure to feed. Seems like I might have a sharp spot somewhere on the chamber where it goes in. We'll remedy that real quick. Okay. Okay. Had a couple milk jugs that were sitting out there at about, I don't know, 30 yards. That somebody left out here. I never bring targets, so I always just shoot whatever's out here. There's no need to add to the clutter. Woo! This is something I've noticed too. The extractor on this thing is so tight. There we go. That sometimes when you go to press check it, it won't go back into battery, so you got to pull it back a little further and release it. Again, brand new gun, guys. Brand new gun. I think we might have a ag issue here. Woo! That's really all there is to it. Woo! All right, so the shells are hanging up going into the chamber. We've got another shell in there. The plastic on them, and this happens, the plastic right on the end is getting a hold of it. I noticed that some of these magazines go in easier than others. So, got a pumpkin over here. Woo! Good shot. There we go. Trying to make this 100 rounds a little bit more interesting than the last couple where we just sit there and shoot and shoot and shoot. Shoot at other things. Go. There you go. Thank you, Mag Fairy. Mag Fairy is having a heck of a good time back here loading mags. Is it any easier with 3 mags than 2?
Well,
okay.
These are easier to load.
Yeah. That's the Sega mag versus the Turkish mag. All right. There we go. We actually have 200 rounds with us today, but we're only showing you guys 100 of them. We're getting really warm up here. Thought there was another shot there. Okay. One sec here. Grab this gun. Gotta get this jacket off. Nice and warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably 45 degrees out here right now.
41.
Is it 41?
Yeah.
So, here I am in flip-flops, a shirt, and some shorts, enjoying life, shooting a shotgun, living the dream. All right. Woo, that barrel's getting a little toasty. Yeah, good old turkishnikov design. Ooh, short strokes on that one. Hold on. go. Man, we're almost to the point where we could roast some marshmallows on this barrel. It's a turkishnikov. Send it. Or no, it's a turkishnikov. Send it.
Last two mags.
Last two? We've already gone through 100?
Yep.
Oh, all right. All right.
Oh.
Go. Whoop, drop it. Send it. Would be nice. Yeah, I got this one mag just has a ton of spring to it. It would be nice if... Alright guys, we are going to go and continue on. We're going over 100 rounds. We're at 125 currently. Yeah, 5 rounds. This Defender here is loading up a couple more mags. You got your ears on, you good to go? Okay. I'm having so much fun shooting this thing. I want to give this one, that first test that we do, I want to give it a little more attention. So, here we go. 50 more rounds. So this is 150 rounds, all right? 175 actually, isn't it? So, here we go. Going for the milk jug it in, Jen. We've got a milk jug out here that's just really fun to shoot. Let me see if I can get you guys in on it. All right, so there's where we're shooting. And the milk jug, oh, I can't zoom in. Milk jug's right here. All right, that's where we're shooting. So let's get it like this. Give you a little different angle. How about that? Go for the other milk jug now. Up there. Okay. Tack reload! There we go. There we go. Now she's cycling. Now she's cycling. Oh, jeez. It's ripping these cases a new one. They are non-usable for reloading. I'll pick them up, but all right, I don't know if you can see all three. There's a milk jug there, there, there. So we're gonna go up and over here with them. We're gonna start with this one. Go to that one. Go to that one. Come back. All right. Oh. There we go. Now when we go to the bench, I'm going to break everything down for you. We're going to look inside of this. The cool thing about this is it uses regular size AK parts. So, here we go. I don't know why, but holding it kind of crooked like this kind of alleviates some shoulder pain. This stock has absolutely no rubber on the back. It is harder than pee-wee in an adult theater. So here we go. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can on those targets. Last two mags. Here we go. There we go. Let's see how fast I can get on target with these. Let's see how fast this thing will run. Because a lot of you guys are looking at this thinking, 3-gun. So, here we go. Give me a beep. Beep. I can go faster than that. Ain't that out of the game. All right. Now, we'll see you back at the bench, guys. Hang tight. All right, guys, so we're back with it. 200 rounds later. All right, this was a 200 round test. It started off life as a 100 round test and ended up being a 200 round test. The first 100 rounds, as you guys saw there, didn't go so hot. There were some failures and a whole lot of things going on. The second 100 rounds, though, it actually started just running. It started running like a sewing machine, okay? And there's a reason, again, that I test with field and target, because field and target ammo, usually if a semi-automatic shotgun is going to have a problem with a particular type of ammunition, it's that cheap bulk, 100 round box of ammo. That second 100 rounds, though, this thing started running like a Swiss watch. Okay, so that is really good. I guess we just had to work a few things out inside here, let some things made up, and it did the job. So let's go over some features of this real quick. We have a 19-inch barrel. It does have our little brake compensator, whatever you want to call this, on the front here. All right. And it's just a great big version of what actually came on an actual Kalashnikov rifle. Aluminum front sight, aluminum gas block that is adjustable. It's 2-position from the factory. I don't know if the Sega, aftermarket Sega gas plug will go in there. I'm going to look into that. Okay, it might, because Garaysar really, well, it wasn't, Garaysar didn't build this. Garaysar imported it. They're in Fort Myers, Florida, and this was built in Turkey. It was built by Agusalasan in Turkey. Don't say that too fast. You might get some on you. All right, so we've got, moving on back, Picatinny rail lower, Picatinny rail upper handguard. They're plastic. I don't like them. All right, but they're there. Sling mount. Had a sling mount on the factory stock, which I got rid of. All right, and you'll see that here in a second. Again, a couple hours has gone by since we shot it. All right. Moving on back here, we happen to have a milled receiver on here. It is a milled steel receiver. It also incorporates the trunnions. It's just something that they do, okay? It's one of this gun's claims to fame. There's no trunnions to worry about. There's no rivets to worry about. It's all made out of steel. It's milled. It is a milled receiver. All right, if you look at it, it's milled. You can see the big old block and all that there. There's no rivets or anything. All right. And it's a normal AK size. It's not Sega 12 size. This is the same length and dimensions as a 7.62 by 39 regular AK, AKM would be. They just decided to convert it and make it, adapt it over to 12 gauge. Which is not what the original Sega did. The original Sega, the parts were a lot bigger. I do, when we get back here, you'll see here. I did get rid of the stock, and I put a Sega stock on it from Tapco. It took some modification to get it done. All right. Some heavy modification. All right. So I actually had to stick this up on my mill and basically reshape it. I had to thin the top down of the little mount. I had to thin it a lot up here, down here, and then narrow it. All right, that's what I had to do. because as you can see here, we've got these rounded corners and everything on this stock. This stock's a piece of trash, all right? And the reason I say that, I don't know if you guys can see my arm. Yeah, that's a piece of trash, all right? When we got done, and I think you catch it in the video, if you go back and look, you'll see some little dots. They're still there. Anyway, you'll see some little dots. I tried to wash them out. I guess I got them. But it started to bleed. It actually broke the skin back here from the recoil. 200 rounds of 12 gauge, the way we were shooting it, that's a lot of abuse to put your shoulder through. You just sit there and pum, 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 and then keep going. There's absolutely no pad on that. There's no pad on this either, but there's a greater area. Okay, so I'm spreading the recoil out. I am going to also put a pad on here. I'm actually probably going to put a Magpul stock on here. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look inside here. Like I was saying, it uses a regular AK trigger group. It even uses a regular AK bolt carrier that's been modified. You'll see what I mean here in a second. It's not a Sega style anything. It does have the Sega style rod. It's just a little shorter. You got your little dust cover there. Okay. Here is our chromed carrier. There's your bolt, your piston, and everything. You can see it's little. If this was an actual Sega, it'd be a little bit beefier, and it'd be about that much longer. All right. So they're using AK parts on this thing. They've just made the cut right here, which makes this area very thin. So when you go to shoot your ammo, adjust your gas block up here the correct way. There's two positions. There's a little button, and you've got position 1, which is for low velocity, and the 1 will be down. All right, it'll be up next to the detent for the lock. And then the other side, which is position 2, there is no 2 there. They leave it unmarked. I don't know why they did that, but that one you go ahead and turn it back down on over. And it's literally this easy. You grab a little detent down in here. They give you a wrench for this too. You just kind of hit this detent. I'm going to use a tool and cheat right now because my fingers are sore. And just kind of turn it until you hear it click. Bing, right there. Now you're set up for high velocity ammo. If you're not shooting high velocity ammo, then turn it on back. What is considered high velocity ammo? I would say 1340 or higher. All right. You don't get a manual with this, by the way, either, that tells you any of this. So 1340 or higher, high velocity. Anything below that, then 2 3/4 inch. Again, okay, so 1340, 2 3/4 inch. I would call that high velocity. Anything below 1340 would be low velocity to me, or lower power, though that's not always the case. All right, if you're pulling out some buckshot, go high velocity with it. All right, I would just do that to be safe. If it'll run on the high velocity, let it run on high velocity. It's just saving your gun. Okay, so here's that milled receiver. You can see there's no trunnion back here. It's all one piece. Same thing up here. It's all one piece. There's your AK trigger group, standard AK trigger group. All right. Breaks down just like a regular old AK, which is kind of nice. There's nothing special about that. All right. Makes it nice and easy for you if something happens and you need to buy a hammer or a disconnector, or, well, you shouldn't have a disconnector in here, but you know what I mean. Sear or whatever. If you need to buy any kind of trigger group parts, you should be able to, because it's just regular AK stuff. Also, because there's no trunnion back here, it makes it real easy to get to your grip bolt, because it's just right there. All right, my finger's on it. If you guys have ever changed a grip on an AK, you know what I mean. That thing can be a little bit of a turd sometimes to get to. All right, and keep it, you know, keep your finger down on it while you're putting a new grip on. This does have an over-molded rubber grip from the factory. You'll probably fall in love with this grip. It's a very comfortable grip, and it soaks up the recoil fantastically. It doesn't get slippery. It's nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this back together here. I don't see any kind of unusual wear in here either. That's the other thing that I was looking for, was unusual wear. Truth be told, I've done this part of the video a couple times, so I didn't see any unusual wear at all. Get my cover here. If you ever want to take your Picatinny rail off, I don't know if you can see, there's some screws down in here. Just take them off. All right, let me go ahead and take it off of there. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this. I don't like this style of dust cover button, so I'm gonna try to get this to stick for me. There we go. There we go. Stay right there. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here. This up in this groove up here. Bring this in the back there. Give it a smack. Come on. I think I did it too good. Pull the bolt back a little bit here. I didn't do the job. Normally on an AK you could just stick this up here and give it the slap and it'll go on. On this one, that doesn't work because you have that secondary button. Can't see worth crap today. Alright, so we have to do it this way. There we go. Keep it pushed forward, push down on it. The reason they have that other button on there we go, got it. The reason they have that button on there on the top is for recoil. So while you're recoiling, if this thing decides to move forward, it can't throw the dust cover off. Magazines, it uses Sega mags. You're probably wondering, can I use SGM tactical mags on it? I have heard that the 10 round and the 15 rounders work, but they require, according to Classic Firearms, I'm going to quote their website, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, size, shape, or form. They say they'll fit, but they require some kind of modification. I tried a 10 rounder in this one, a 10 rounder went right in. I tried a 15 rounder in this one, it would not even enter into the mag well. Really, in all honesty, the way I look at it is this. With all the available options you have for Sega mags out there, and especially if you're looking at SGM Tactical, the 10 round would be a good choice, all right, to get a bunch of 10 rounders. I could see that. Trying to modify the gun to accept 5 more rounds it's not logical to me. So your next step after that is just to go get the 25 round drum. You just need to modify the mag catch just a little bit on the magazine. All right, it just needs to be filed down just a little bit. You can kind of see how I have mine. All right, and then these corners need to have an angle put on them. And then we can put this in here. Just like that. All right, and everything works. Okay, so now what you've got is the modern day street sweeper. Okay, now these drums like this, they're not cheap. All right, they are not cheap. So I think I paid $70 for this one used. So but they will fit. All right, that's just what I want to show you. Yes, you can use it. I didn't modify the gun in any way, size, shape, or form. I just filed down the tabs a little bit on the magazine to make it work. We went over, I believe it has the AK rail adapter on the side right there for optics. Again, I would never put an optic up here on a dust cover or a forward hand guard. It's just not a good place to put an optic on an AK. It's not a solid place. All in all, it's a sub $500 Sega clone, and I don't even know that I would call it a Sega clone because it's not even built on a Sega style receiver. It's built on a regular AK receiver. So it's really kind of its own thing when you look at it. But some aftermarket AK parts obviously will go on there. Some of the Sega parts with modification will go on there. As far as getting this, if you want to get this mag well off, there's a bolt right there. It's an Allen. And it appears you're going to have a pin in the back that you're going to have to take off. That also goes to your mag latch. And then this will come off. You'll have to replace the pin, shorten the pin, do something with the pin. But it does look like it'll come off of here. If you do that, that opens up the world for other magazines as well, like the Pro Mag drums, the 12-round drums, which are very common, and they actually work. Then you can run those Pro Mag drums if you get rid of the mag well. If you keep the mag well, you're kind of stuck using the SGM. Okay, so all in all, I like it. I like it. It's a Kalashnikov, or it's a turkishnikov, as I called it earlier. I like it. All right, it's my favorite designer rifle, but in a shotgun. What's not to like? So with that, I'm going to get out of here. This video's gone way too long. If you guys would like me to do anything with this as far as like videos go, targets, ammunition, you know, that kind of stuff, let me know down below. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you've got this far, we are American Defender. We are all baptized by recoil. Please remember to take a kid fishing, take a kid shooting. And I will see you on the flip. Bye now.